Hi, have you ever been curious how speeding can have an impact on our health? I'm not talking about crashes or accidents, even though they are serious, but I'm talking about something else. Hmm, let's talk about it. Hi, my name is Bonnie. Welcome back to my channel, Healthy Done My Way. In this video, we will be discussing how speeding can be costing us more than just a ticket. I know. So buckle up and we are going to learn some interesting things that just might change the way we commute to work every day. So let's get started. I would like to start with a story. I know, not another story, Bonnie. I know, but I have to tell this story to make a point. So you can get the full picture, okay? So about a year and a half ago, my very sweet old car started to slow down, if you will. And she wasn't getting up to speed like she should, but she was getting me point, from point A to B. Here's the thing that for me, that was a game changer in not a good way, and maybe in a good way later on, but I'll tell you about that. But anyway, it would slowly make its way up, like incline, and at a very slow pace. Like sometimes there are individuals who has to sit on the side of the bed before they can actually start moving so they can loosen up. Well, that's how my little baby is. I still have her. And she gets me to point A to B, but at a very slow pace. I was the type of individual I would kind of like dodge in and out of cars very safely, I might add, but we know that's not a good thing. And I was very aware of my surroundings. However, it was costing me, and I do mean costing me to fall into this state of anxiety and tension and just this fight or flight alert. And that's what was going on with me until I didn't notice that that was the case until my car started going slow and I was forced to just drive at the speed limit. Let me say this, I was only going like maybe 5, 7, okay, tell the truth, about 7 miles over the speed limit. But I was in this tense state. And some may say, well, Vonnie, that's not really fast. But there were times I would drive a little fast. And I'm not proud of myself. But anyway, anyway, so until I started driving slowly, and then I would drive. And when I was driving my car, after about 3 months, I didn't feel like, okay, I'm embarrassed or feeling like people were looking at me or whatever the case, whether they were or not. It didn't matter anymore because I was actually enjoying being in my car driving. Not that I didn't before, but this time, now as I'm driving, I'm calmer. I'm more relaxed. I'm not feeling like, I need to get here, I need to get there in a hurry. Now, get it, I would leave at least 45 minutes to an hour to get to work ahead of time. So it wasn't like I was in a hurry, but that just was my way of life in many areas of my life. But anyway, moving on. And so one day I was getting out of the car, several days, it was like a week, I would start to notice, wait a minute, I'm not exhausted after driving. I'm not feeling anxious. I'm not feeling moody, any of those things. And then I realized I had energy after driving. I'm enjoying driving. And it was because of my car couldn't go any faster. So, what is the moral to this story? Well, it is. I found out, so I started to do research and I found out that driving fast, being in traffic, and allowing yourself to get stressed has an adverse effect on your health because you are forced into this fight or flight type of mood. So, which means you're releasing the stress hormone, cortisol, and that goes into your system, and it just wreak havoc on your system. I looking back now that I'm comfortable, I'm calmer. I know that to be true because when I was doing the research, I went, wow, this happened to me, and this is why I'm telling you guys about it is because I've experienced it, and I know you all have too. But have you noticed? Have you noticed how you're behaving? Have you noticed how you're feeling your health? How it's affecting your health? And I know for me is that when I would get into that fight or flight type of mode, the stress hormone will release, and then what it does when that happens, your blood pressure is elevated, your heart rate increases, you start to feel this focus of tension and stress. And I keep saying stress because I want you guys to grasp onto that because as we well know, stress is not good for us. And what driving fast would do, and I have my notes as usual, is increase stress and anxiety. And that was me. I was to the point whereby I would just really anxious most of the time. And it was only around the time that I would be driving and it would flow into my home life. I would come home and I'm just rushing around. And they would tease me at work. I would even do it at work. So I guess it was my way of moving around and doing things because I had so many things to do. And they would tease me and they would say, Bonnie, you would pass by the conference room and your little legs would be going just like that. And it was true because I did it in all areas of my life, but I didn't realize it until my car wouldn't go as fast as I would like it to go. And I had to slow down. So it allowed me to slow down in all areas of my life. And now I'm calmer. I'm moving around much slower, but at a good pace. And you see where I'm going with this? You see how it affects you in is most of us, well, not most of us, but some of us in all areas of our life. And it also affects your mood. Like I said, I would be anxious. I would be not, yeah, a little moody. And it also when you affects your mood, you become depressed, which I wasn't depressed and angry, which I didn't get angry. I was agitated. I was irritated, but I wasn't angry. And no, so yeah, driving at that speed does affect your mood. So keep that in mind, as well as cardiovascular risk. It affects, like I said, your blood pressure, elevates your your heart rate, and it can cause a stroke. It can cause heart attacks. And I was really blown away by the many different areas of your health that just driving fast. And it doesn't have to be, I mean, speeding really fast, but I'm talking about just driving fast. Well, driving fast is speeding, but going over the speed limit, that is. But it affects you in a way that sometimes we have no idea in how we interact with others as well. And it also um, would cause like fatigue. If you're driving fast, it causes fatigue, and it's decreasing your immune system. I never got sick, which I don't get sick. I haven't been sick, and yeah, I really don't get sick in that manner, and I thank God for that. But the fatigue part, I know every time I would get out of the car, I would feel so exhausted, and it was just like, because I was in this tense fight or flight kind of mindset mode, and I was just stressed and anxious and just moody and all of the above. Okay, and what else? Let me just turn my page. What else I need to tell you guys? Yeah, there's a list of things, and I wrote it down. High blood pressure, increased visual fat. Visual fat. That's the fat around your tummy. And even though that didn't happen to me, but cortisol, stress hormone, when it's released and too much of it and constantly being released, then it creates this fat around your tummy. And that type of fat is worse than overall fat. So can you believe that driving fast? And it's the act of driving fast, but it's what happens to your body, the reaction of your body to driving fast, the stress that causes that and causes all those other health issues. But you know what? Is I'm grateful that I found this out because I didn't see anything wrong. Well, I wouldn't say see anything wrong with, but it was just the way I did it. And now I'm so pleased that I'm able to just drive calmly and peacefully. And that's exactly what it is. I am settled. I'm enjoying the ride. And yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. And two, let me just say this before I finish the video. Two, once we stop driving at a speed that's not the speed limits, put it that way, then everything, your health changes and it goes back, and we can, it goes back to calming down. Now, if you already have existing illnesses or whatever the case may be, again, that's even more so to pay attention to, because what's going on is you're increasing that stress that's been released is affecting your existing health in a much more, let me see how I say that, intense way. So please slow down. Our health is at stake. We can do this. I know it's just like sometimes we just want to just be ahead of the next person. And that was me sometimes, not all the time. But now, let me tell you guys, I'm kinder behind the wheel, because I was like, I changed into a whole different person when I would get behind the wheel. But now I'm kinder, much more accepting, patient. And yeah, it has been an experience that has taught me that if something goes wrong, make something out of it. And I'm glad I was aware and alert in terms of what was going on with my body, because I often say, listen to your body. And I know my body was changing. And when I stopped driving kind of fast, and I noticed that, and that's why I wanted to do this video. And I know it's not too many people may be interested in this, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. So if you have any comments, you know where to put it in the area below. And I have a couple of links so you guys can do more reading. I didn't want to go great into it because there's a whole more, so much more health issues that are caused by driving fast. Why can I not talk today? I don't know. But anyway, thank you for being patient with me. And I ramble a little bit, and I say that in every video because I just want to remind you. So there. Take care. And like I always say, do health your way. Health be done my way. Bye.